The Westboro Baptist Church says that the shootings happened yesterday because Carrie Underwood, though calling herself a Christian, is a fan of gay marriage.
Where does this connect?
They say that God allowed the shooter to go into a random school and kill 20 children because Carrie Underwood is a fan of gay marriage.
I'm sorry, I can't solve this puzzle. There's no connection between any of that. It's like they forgot to take their meds, and while having a nervous breakdown, they just decided to start rambling about all the stuff they hate in this world, and somehow could try to connect it to the recent Connecticut shootings when they have nothing to do with each other. That's like saying, Jesus Christ told me I could put this orange inside this Christmas turkey, and take this Christmas turkey and put it into the tax piano to end gay marriage, because Jesus Christ does not want gay marriage. It would not make sense, because they have nothing to do with each other.
Several other churches have said that God allowed the shooting to occur because there is no God in school.
If that was the case, there would be a shooting every year, annually, because we've had God out of school for decades. And that has, again, God has nothing to do with this shooting, nor does Carrie Underwood. Because the shooting happened because the killer was schizophrenic. He had schizophrenia and IED, though he was diagnosed as having Asperger's. He forgot to take his meds, decided to pick up a gun, shoot his mom, and then shoot a bunch of kids at the school. That's what happened. Gay marriage, God, Carrie Underwood, that has nothing to do with the shooting. Video games, Facebook, reality TV, that goes for your Fox News, that has nothing to do with the shooting. There's no correlation whatsoever.
Brian Fisher, who is himself a member of the Cloth, and ergo part of the church, I believe he's a priest, I could be mistaken, he's claiming that legalizing gay marriage is proof of the sacrificing of the well-being of children, and that more children will be sacrificed because God is angry we want to legalize gay marriage.
Because orphanages don't exist and neither does adoption, right?
No. By sacrifice, he means the killing. He says that more children will die because gays want to get married and live the same life as we straight people.
So, because gays want equality, he says in a nutshell that he's glad these kids died to show them they were wrong. Again, no correlation. How can you connect this to the shootings? There's no connection whatsoever. You can't be so crass and sacrilegious as to say that the Connecticut shootings happened because of gay marriage, especially since it still isn't legalized in most states.
There are some people who feel that the shootings were allowed to happen because there are fewer women at home as homemakers and more women out in the workforce.
What the hell does that have to do with anything?
I have no idea.
Okay, black people are next. I can tell. They're going to say that the shootings happened because blacks can live in the same towns as white people.
Fox News declared that even though this shooter had no access to electronics whatsoever because he had severe Asperger's syndrome, that somehow violent video games and movies and social media are to blame, that Facebook caused the killing, even though this guy had no Facebook.
Okay, I have seen some of the dumbest people around on places like Facebook and Twitter. I have seen some of the worst people humanity has ever created in reality TV. And I have partaken in some heinous things in virtual land and games. None of that has ever made me want to pick up a gun, shoot my mom, and kill a bunch of kids at a school. Because again, there's nothing there that triggers the kind of behavior. that can only happen if you're psychotic, or if you're psychotic and were pushed by this person you killed. So, with this guy being completely unprovoked, psychotic, and forgetting to take his meds, and having access to a gun, that's why he killed the kids. Video games had nothing to do with it. Reality TV shows don't have anything to do with it. Facebook certainly doesn't have anything to do with it because he doesn't have a Facebook. The only reason why he killed those people were because he's insane.
Some people, when I suggested on Twitter that this might be a good option to think about homeschooling if you have children, because let's face facts here, the school security system and the school security guards failed the school because this clown got in and killed everybody. A bunch of people said that I was stupid because homeschooling is not the option, and these kids were much better off in a public school where they were killed.
Well, hate is gonna hate. I can't say anything about that.
So they felt that homeschooling was worse than being killed in a public school.
I can't really see why they're better or worse than each other outside of being killed. Because you can really get killed anywhere. It's just whether or not there's going to be a bad man with a gun there.
And finally, other people have said on Twitter that somehow, and I can't figure this one out, this was God's will.
People on Twitter say that Justin Bieber can sing.
You don't believe it was God's will at all, do you?
No. Because if you actually read the Holy Book, you wave around as an instant get out of argument free card, which never works. If you actually read that book, God said that he does not like murder. Hence the "Thou shalt not kill" commandment. That's one of the 10 commandments right there. It would make no sense for him to make that commandment and then tell other people to kill each other decades and centuries and eons downward. So, no, this is not God's plan. And you're trying to use your religion to justify mass murder-suicide. That tells me you're going to hell, not the gays.
So to clarify, gay marriage didn't cause this, right?
No! That would be like saying...
Peanut butter caused the apocalypse.
That would be like saying tranny rights is the reason why there are rapists. Or that the existence of One Direction is why video games are mostly first-person shooters. There's no correlation.
Well, some people have related Big Time Rush to the first sign of the apocalypse. I'm not sure if I see the connection. You should know that what you just said has also been said on Twitter.
So, in a nutshell, the Westboro Baptist Church has the mental capacity of a tween-age fangirl on Twitter.
And how do you feel about the NRA championing guns merely 1 hour after the news broke about the shootings?
Well, no matter what happens, they're always going to champion guns. That's the reason why they're here.
Do you believe that guns save lives?
Only if you're killing a murderer that's broken into your home or a rapist. But not all the time, since there's so many gun-related deaths. There's no way I can say guns don't save lives without people thinking I'm against guns. I'm not totally against guns. It's just that we shouldn't let madmen have them. So I think that guns should be legal as long as you can go through some kind of IQ test or through some kind of test for mental disorders first before you can get your gun. That way, psychotic maniacs don't go on rampages.
Thank you.